Hey guys, it's Courtney from HowCourtneySeesIt. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to do my March reading wrap up. I don't know what all of this was, but yeah, we're going with it. So this is all the stuff that I read in March. And first of all, I was participating in the Backlist Readathon, which the information for that will be linked in the description box. I was participating on Twitter, and I basically failed. So I definitely read 3. All right, I read 3 out of the 4, so I guess I didn't fail a lot bad. No, I didn't. I only read, because I didn't read A Curse so Dark and Lonely, so I read 3 out of the 5. Okay, moving on. So the ones I did read, we're going to start with what I read first and then just go down the line. So first I read Baking Me Crazy, which is going to be up on the screen because I cannot remember who it is written by. But this is one of those romance books that's a series, but it's one of the ones that it's like a standalone. You could read it without reading the other books and you would still kind of know what's going on because they kind of retell you everything that's relevant to the one book you're reading, like who so-and-so is and like about the town and stuff like that. So this is number 1 for that series. It's like about the bakery, like all of the characters are from this bakery. And oh, it's by Carla Sorensen. I had it written down. I knew that. So this for me was a 5-star. It was a 5-star so hard because first of all, it was like a slow burn romance. Like the dude is in love with the girl the whole time and you hear it from both sides. Like it's has 2 point of views, and he is just like trying to keep it under wraps because like he wants to be her friend and he's just like trying to be a good friend and stuff. So, and the whole, like throughout the whole book, the main girl character, she is in a wheelchair due to, I can't remember specifically, but I'll look it up and I'll put it on the screen. She got an infection and like her lower half is paralyzed, but not like fully. Like she's doing rehabilitation to walk again. So she's in physical therapy through like the whole book and everything. But they meet through like wheelchair basketball. It's a whole thing. So it's like got sports, it's got baking, it's got like disability like representation, like handicapped like representation, and it was so good. Like it was super adorable, and it literally, what I wrote was slow burn and then a bunch of hearts and then bruh afterwards. So it was like I said, it was super cute. It was very, like, I liked it. Obviously, like, in the end, it's a romance book, so, like, in the end, they fucking get together. Like, you know what's gonna happen, but it was, like, so, like, when they get together, it's just so steamy and, like, so, like, chef's kiss, you know, like, be like Salt Bae. Like, it was just, it was 5 stars. It was 5 stars. I recommended it to, like, a bunch of people on Twitter, and I feel like all my people on Twitter are just like, we're overhearing about this, and I'm like, you're not, you can't, you have to read it. Moving on to the next thing I read Archenemies by Marissa Meyer, and what I said was, died, lost my crap, Adrian, really loud, like in all caps. And I gave this 4.5 stars. Like honestly, it was basically a 5-star because this series is so cute. It's like everything I want. It's like superheroes and like cuteness, and it's just like, exactly. Did you catch that? I really enjoyed the second book, and I'm on a wait list to get Supernova, which I might just break down and buy it from Barnes & Nobles or Amazon or wherever, because right now, since we're stuck in quarantine, I'm doing a lot of hand motions because I can't like control my angst about this book. I recommended this series to my best friend, my sister, my mother, who I know won't read it, but I'm still gonna recommend it to her. And I sent it to my sister, my gonna-be sister-in-law, and I was like, read this shit for your book club. Okay, thanks, bye. Anyway, just that last part, the Adrian, that was like my genuine feels. Like as soon as I finished the book, I wrote that down. Moving on again. I finished Reverie by Ryan LaSalle. This was a 4-star for me. I thought it was super, super cute. It was very like, wasn't exactly what I expected, to be 100% honest. I don't know what I was expecting when I went into it, but I liked it. I enjoyed it, honestly. It was, you start, like the opening is like the main character and he has amnesia. He has no recollection of like what happened in the last, it's like a big gap of time that's missing. And as you kind of like go into the book, you find out that people's dreams come to life and can like ruin the world. Basically, they're called reveries, and he, the main character, and like his band of homies are like in charge of stopping it. Like they're self like put in charge of stopping it because they are the only like lucid ones during these dreams. And it's super cool. Like there's LGBTQ representation, which is great, and then there's also like a sassy drag queen as well, and it's just, it's a good time. I liked it, and plus the cover is super pretty. Since I returned to the library, I'll have to like put up a picture of the cover, but it's very pretty. Moving on. The next book I finished was The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, and this is a 3.5 to like a 4-star for me. I don't know what I like officially rated it on Goodreads, but I probably rated it 4-star because 3.5 is not a thing, and it's not really a 3. Closer to a 4 than a 3, so I rated it a 4. Anyway, for me, I just, honestly, like I feel like I'm gonna sound really stupid saying this, and I'm gonna put up a picture of the cover of this, and once, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, like just skip forward till it's gone, because I feel like everything I'm about to say is gonna spoil the shit out of this book for you. Are you gone? Okay, here we go. So basically, I feel like I'm real dumb for not realizing that when, in the first book, when he was like, oh, chainsaw came out of my dreams, I thought he was just like crazy. So, yes. Also like the whole thing about like their mom being like a dream creation, like, and the whole thing with like his brother knowing and not telling him, I just think was really, like, this book confused me, and like, I don't even know how to explain it, because I feel like this book confused me, and I'm not really even sure how to explain it, because Roman to me is like a secret cinnamon roll, but also would kill you, and I just feel like he needs to be protected. And then there was the whole thing about how Adam like woke the ley line, and now he's like hearing voices and being like taken over and like losing time and everything. And I just feel like I kind of, like, my brain was trying to go in so many directions, which maybe that was like Maggie's point. Like maybe that was like her whole, maybe that was like her MO for this book. I don't know. I haven't read the third one yet, obviously, but like, I was interested the whole time. Like, I was never like, oh, this book is boring, or like, I'm so confused that I can't pay attention. Like, it was never like that. It was just that I just feel like I was going in so many directions trying to figure out what was going on with so many things. And like the whole time, I'm just like secretly waiting for like Gandhi to get with Blue, because like they're soulmates. It's meant to be. That's all. Anyway, coming down. So like I said, that was a 3.5 to like a 4-star. Moving on, the next book I finished was the Bromance Bookclub, which in my TBR video, I definitely said this was a male-male romance, and I have no idea where I got that from, because it's not. It's not. So yeah, it's definitely like male-female, but I'm not sure what I was listening to or like who I was listening to that I got that impression from, because honestly I was probably only half listening and I was like, oh, that book sounds good, and I just added it to my TBR and Goodreads. But going back to it, like I said, it was like a 4-star for me, or a 5-star for me, because it was super cute. I was a big fan. There's character development, there's cuteness, there's like hockey players. No, wait, that's not. They're not hockey players, they're baseball players. But again, there was sports, it was cute. There was like real relationship problems, which I dug, because like some romance books are literally just like, oh no, he didn't unload the dishwasher, and then they get divorced, and it's just very, I don't know. I just thought it was like believable, like a realistic like breaking point that they had, and them like getting over it through the book. It was cool. Plus there's a second one that's coming out. I think it might already be out. I'm not sure. I will put the information in the description box because I'm gonna have to look it up because I did not come prepared for this video. But I liked it. That's all I have to say. I don't have a lot to say about that one. I just liked it. Next was Faking It, which I don't remember who this is by, but I'll put it up on the screen. And this was just like a random book. I like started as an audiobook on Hoopla before all this garbage went down with like the lockdown, because driving back and forth to work, I just like listening to like books, and I put headphones in at work sometimes and listen while I'm doing other things. And this book was a fake dating relationship, which one, I'm like all about that. That is like one of the tropes that I super like. And it was also like basically like a girl who's a virgin, like being with this guy who's like super, super experienced and like super hot and everything, which, and you also get it from two point of views, which I dig, because you get it from her side and she thinks he's really hot, and then you get it from his side and he thinks she's engaged, but she has a fake fiance, which this is like all in the description box. I'm not rooting for you. And then they end up, but like he's her fake fiance, like he's the person that she like told people he was engaged to, assuming that like no one in her life would ever meet him, and they do. So it just ends up being like this whole dramatic thing, and it's really cute and it's super spicy. And I wrote like a bunch of little flames next to it because it was super spicy, super spicy. I told my pregnant friend that she can't read it until after her baby comes out because we're trying to keep that baby in full term because shenanigans would happen. You know what I'm saying? That's how spicy it is. And then I also read the one which is the third book in the selection series. I think that's right. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's the third book in the selection series. I'm not entirely sure, but I gave this one 4 stars. I thought it was fine. And I really liked the first one. I was super into it. And then the second one, I liked a little bit less. And the third one, I liked about the same as the second one. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't even know how to feel, honestly. But the only thing I wrote down was, and again, this is like slightly spoilery. So if you don't want to like listen, like I'll, you know, don't wait till this goes away. So at the very end, there was like this weird, like insta-love situation between Aspen, who's originally in the love triangle with Maxim and America, and then all of a sudden at the end, like, because again, spoilers, but if you've read the book, there's like this big climactic scene at towards the end where like the rebels are attacking and everyone's dying and like all this garbage is happening, and then Aspen is hurt and Maxon is hurt and America's locked in a closet because she's on lockdown because there's people attacking, and then she goes to find Aspen and make sure he's all right after she sees Maxim, whatever. And then he's fine, and then Lucy, her maid, runs in, and all of a sudden, like, Lucy and Aspen are, like, making out on his bed, as if they've been in love the whole time. Like, ew it. And it's barely mentioned, like, Lucy mentions it to America that she likes Aspen, but it's never reciprocated because he is still, like, all about America, and it's very, very confusing. And I'm sort of hoping they clear it up in the 4th book, but I don't know. But the library is closed, so I can't get the 4th book. So I must wait in earnest. And then the last book that I read in March is the only one I have a physical copy of, which is why it's the only one in the thumbnail. And that is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. And I just... I think I gave this 4 stars on Goodreads, and the only reason I didn't really give it 5 stars is because I sort of stopped caring at like page, hold on, let me find it. Like towards the end, like as the re-election's happening, I just sort of feel like I didn't care anymore. Not that the writing was bad or that the plot wasn't interesting. I don't know. I just sort of like felt less connected to the story. And let me rewind. So the whole plot of this book is that it is the first son of the first American female president. And then he accidentally starts a feud with the Prince of England, the youngest prince, who is very fancy. And so they like have this feud, and then to make amends for it, because it's this whole big media storm, so to fix it, Alex, the first son, has to go to England and like befriend the prince, and they have to pretend that they've been friends this whole time, and that what went down between them was like a misunderstanding and it was a joke and blah blah blah. And through like all this stuff happening, they end up like falling for each other. And it's super cute. It's very like enemies to lovers, like fake dating, even though it's not fake dating, it's like fake friendship. But it was super cute. I was really into it, even though like I knew what was gonna happen. It was predictable because it's a freaking romance book, and literally I feel like they tell you on the back cover. Yeah, it says, "Can love save the world after all?" You know, it's cool. There's a lot of like character development, and it shows you like not to judge a book by its cover and all that good stuff. It's just super cute, and Alex is super adorable, and he makes me laugh, and Henry is a cinnamon roll to be cherished. That's all. So that's all the stuff I read for March. I feel like I should have read more because I have not been doing like anything. But I did start Throne of Glass, and I also started the Foxhole Court series because I like I am trash. So even though neither of those are on my April TBR, but disrespect. Anyway, that is everything that I read for the month of March. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And if you want to tell me any of the books that you read down below in the description box, no. In the comments. Let me know in the comments below what you read in March, or if there's anything that you read and you're like, oh my god, this is garbage, I'm garbage, you're garbage too, read this, and let me know. Or tweet me. All my internet links are in the description box, as well as all pertinent information to this video, as always. Those are all the books I read for the month of March. Like I said, I kind of feel like I should have read more because we've been in this whole situation, but that's just my stress talking, I'm pretty sure. If you guys want to hang out with me anywhere else on the internet, all of my links are down below in the description box. You can hang out with me anywhere. Also here, if you want to subscribe to my channel and hang out with me, I post videos at least 3 times a month. I'm trying to be better and post 2 a week, but it's kind of not been going so great. Hopefully you guys are all staying safe and healthy wherever you are, and I hope you're having a great day. I'll talk to you guys all in my next video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.